Good afternoon. This is Susan, and this is Susan's Ramblings. I went to the store yesterday, our local Dollar General. As you know, I live 40 miles, 50 miles from a Walmart or a Dollar Tree or any of those places. So I have to make do, and since I can't drive due to health reasons, I have to make do with what I've got in my stores at town. We have been sitting pretty good. I've been watching all the YouTube channels where you have some empty shelves, and I was feeling pretty happy because we haven't had empty shelves here. Except I went to Dollar General yesterday, and was I in for a shock. I didn't take my phone with me, and I wished I had as I went along the shelves. But these are the things that I found that I couldn't find, and that I usually buy every time I go. So I'm starting a 30-day session of do-it-yourself foods, of the foods that we will usually just grab off the shelves and don't even think about anymore. But with our shelves becoming as empty as they are, and since I am in a small town in a rural state, I don't expect them to get filled up very rapidly, if at all. So this is what I was looking for yesterday. I didn't find them. So these are my recipes, and we will have 30 days of recipes just like this. The first one is do-it-yourself gravy. Yes, I buy the gravy packets. They're so much easier for me to do, and especially if I don't have a meat. And with the meat situation the way it is, we don't have the drippings anymore. So, and I do like mashed potatoes and gravy. So this is my gravy recipe. Something very simple, something that you will, hopefully you have on your shelf, on your pantry shelf, so you can create it no matter how or when you want it. The next one is cream of soup of anything. Now I think I've probably done this one several times before. If I have, just bear with me. This is a recipe that I have used for many, many years. It will stay on my shelf for 6 to 12 months. In fact, I think I've even left it longer than that. And it still is good. This way, instead of just buying the cream of mushroom or the cream of celery or the cream of chicken that you want, you make this up and you add your own mushrooms, your own chicken, your own celery, and you will have the soup that you want. Or you can just use it plain. Like I said, this is a recipe that I've used for years. I usually leave my onion flakes out, the basil and the thyme too. And I just use the dry milk, the cornstarch, my chicken bouillon, and my pepper. And that's all I use. And it comes out perfect every time. One of these mixtures will equal 1 can. So if you make one batch of the cream of anything soup with your water and your dry mix, you will have 1 can of soup. Okay? My next one is brown sugar. Yeah, they didn't have brown sugar here. Yes, I know you can make it, and I have made it, but I'm much easier to run out and just grab a bag of brown sugar, okay? But it's very simple to make. You just use a cup of white sugar and a tablespoon of molasses, and you mix it all together until you have no lumps, and you've got your brown sugar. Dark brown sugar, you do use the 1 cup of sugar, but you add 2 tablespoons of molasses instead. And you can always make more. If you need 2 cups of brown sugar or 3 cups of brown sugar, you can make that up at the same time. Or you can make it up and you can also just put it in an airtight container so you don't have to make it up every time. The next thing I was really surprised to find I was missing, and I can't get my papers apart here, was the brown powdered sugar. And that's the same way. We're going to need all this stuff for baking, and if they're not available, what are we going to do? So this is a cup of white sugar and cornstarch, and you put it in your blender, and you just blend it up until it's nice and fine. That's all you do with those. Those are some simple recipes that you will have to use, and something that you will have on your shelves to use. I skipped the recipe there. It went off with my other pages. I'm going to stick it right in here. Evaporated milk. Yes, I couldn't find evaporated milk either. So, this is the recipe for that. This recipe will equal 1 can of evaporated milk. And with Thanksgiving coming up and our pumpkin pies and our so forth, I use a lot of evaporated milk. And so if I don't have it, yeah, well, this is a recipe for it. Okay, thank you. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.